space. Today, 2 NASA astronauts started a 7-hour spacewalk at the International Space Station this very morning. Chris Cassidy and Robert Bankin are replacing batteries for the station's power channels. A second spacewalk scheduled for next Tuesday. Now, this will be the final in a 3.5-year effort to upgrade the station's power system. Each new battery, Ron, has a mass of 428 pounds. The upgrades require a dozen spacewalks in total, which started back in January of 2017.
Well, but you know, when you don't have gravity to worry about, that 428 pounds isn't so heavy.
Not so much anymore. Just kind of
that's
floats
where I need to do
around
like my bench pressing up there in space.
I know.
Look at me bench press 428 pounds.
Well, you don't weigh anything in space, you know. I'll get on the scales in space. I would.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that'd be that's pretty cool. I mean, that's one thing, you know, spacewalk. After watching Gravity, you know,
the movie,
Sandra Bullock,
yes.
I'm thinking, I don't know about doing spacewalk. I wonder if I would think that these astronauts aren't watching that movie to see.
Oh, they've probably watched them on their go. It's not going to be like that.
You don't think so?
We know what it's really like. Or maybe they go, could happen to me. I don't know.
Yeah, really.
We're going to stick with outer space. NASA and the European Space Agency just released the closest images ever taken of the sun. Fabulous.
Really?
The new solar orbiter captured the images last month, and among other things, the small solar flares can be seen. They're called campfires, and they're near the sun's surface. This was Solar Orbiter's first close pass at the sun, and trust me, the word close is relative here.
Yeah.
These images were taken at a distance of 47 million miles from the sun.
Well, that's half the distance from here to the sun, so I mean, right around there. So that's, you know, it's pretty close. I mean, you can't get a whole lot closer than that, or
I wonder what
what
are the horizon that you can cross, and then you're toast.
Probably 46.9 million miles.
And don't go any faster.
I mean, seriously, this is the orbiter that's gotten the closest to the sun of any orbiter that we've actually sent up there. And so, yeah, it's pretty impressive that it's that close, and it is going to get a lot of great data from the sun. Let's face it, the sun basically is our life source.
The center of our universe, indeed.
So studying the sun is going to be really important to know. So
we're just going to be scientific today. So
keep it going, man. Keep the roll.
Global population could be peaking well before the end of the century.
Really?
A study that was published in The Lancet found that the global population should peak, or could peak, at 9.7 billion in 2064, and then fall to 8.8 billion by the turn of the century. The United Nations had forecasted the population would stop growing by the turn of the next century, with a peak of 11 billion people. Now, one reason behind the slowed growth is, of course, access to modern contraceptions, education to girls and women, and the studies also found that the elderly would make up a bigger chunk of the total population. 23 countries, including Japan, Italy, and Spain, would shrink their population by half. Now, that's something to think about. There are way too many of us. Except for those of us right here in the room.
Well, yeah, we say that about the other.
There are too many of us.
7 billion right now, so it's up around there. So, yeah, we've got quite a few, no doubt about that. And, you know, it's kind of interesting. I guess, well, you know, if education, I guess, helps out, that's a good thing.
It is a key to, and also, you know, just getting people to understand their own health and benefits and biology and all those other things matter a lot, and we're living longer. I mean, that's one of the reasons the population's just living so much longer.
I remember when I was a kid, it was 4 billion people, just in my lifetime. And I'm an older guy, don't get me wrong, but it's like just in my lifetime. It's almost doubled. You know,
there were dinosaurs when I was a kid, my gosh.
No, but I mean, it's almost doubled in my lifetime.
I know.
That's, you know, right
it's going to do it one more time.
Yeah, no doubt.
We'll be back with Local Lifestyles right after this. Stick around, friends.